Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. My name is Rand Adams. I teach Tai Chi Quan at the Lenox Center in community in St. Louis Park. I've been doing it for a few years. When Lenox Community Center was open, I taught on Thursday mornings from 9 until 10 and hope to go back to that at some time. I'm going to be teaching it via virtual starting late this month. I teach Tai Chi Quan. Tai Chi means supreme ultimate, and Chuan means martial art. So it was kind of an arrogant name to give to it initially, the supreme and ultimate martial art. As it was taught in China, it was a self-defense, and it was a very effective self-defense. It's not taught like that in the United States quite so much. It's more for health, and it's also very good for health. There's lots of facets to Tai Chi. There's Qigong exercises, which are meditative exercises. There's weapons forms, spear, broadsword, saber, cane. There are two-person weapon exercises. There's controlled sparring, push hands, and Dalu. And it's also very good for your health. If you look at the National Institute of Health website, there's a meta-study where they looked at lots of other studies, and Tai Chi Quan and Qigong have a lot of health benefits. There's actually one study, it looked like it was pretty well done, where they looked at 18 to 20-year-old college students. And one group practiced exercise as usual for 6 months, and one group practiced Tai Chi and Qigong. And they did labs before and after. And the group that practiced Tai Chi and Qigong, their stem cells increased. Go figure. It's also good for balance, so it's good for us seniors, although, you know, I'm actually only 26 years old. and there's different styles of Tai Chi. There's Yang style, Chen style, which is the original style. It's a little bit of a harder style. Sun style, Wu style. And Tai Chi Quan is categorized as an internal martial art because it doesn't depend on muscular strength. It uses body mechanics. Qi is another way of looking at it for self-defense. It's kind of like a Aikido or Judo. It's using the other person's energy against them. And all the moves in the form have an application. And when you get to more advanced levels in Tai Chi, you'll practice those applications with another person. I'll be demonstrating part of the long form. There's different forms in Yang style Tai Chi. There's the 37 movement form that Professor Ching-Men Ching invented. That's pretty popular here. There's a 47 combined form. I practice mostly the traditional long form, which is 3 sets, and depending on how you count the movements, it's either 108 or 88 movements. It's the same set, you just count the movements differently. So I'll be demonstrating the first set and a little bit more of that form. So there's some things to be aware of while you're learning the form, while you're learning Tai Chi. There's different energy centers. This is called your dantian. It's 3 inches inside and 3 inches below your navel approximately. This is your middle dantian and this is your upper dantian. And when you're practicing Tai Chi or meditating or doing anything, it's beneficial to engage in diaphragmatic breathing. You get more oxygen. It's the way that people that play wind instruments or sing or practice martial arts or meditate breathe. So put a hand on your belly. You see I'm getting pretty good at this. And push your stomach out when you breathe in and allow it to collapse in when you breathe out. And they also talk about the 5 bows, how we should never be hyperextended and rigid, but there should always be a curve to our arms, a slight curve to our spine, kind of like we're sitting down, and our knees should be bent. So I'll go through the first couple of movements. So start out with your heels together. And in Tai Chi, you're almost never double weighted. Put your weight on your right foot, step out, toe, heel. Shift your weight to your left foot, turn your right toe in. Come back to center. Come up. Here you're double weighted, but that's the only time in the form. Down. Sink. Now try to keep your hips facing forward. Turn your torso to the left. Keep your weight on your left foot. Rotate your hands around that imaginary ball. Pivot on the heel of your right foot. Turn toward the right. Look forward. Put your weight on your right foot. Step. This is called ward off left. It's a defensive stance. So let's go through that again. And also, another point is that in a lot of the form, the lagoon points are facing each other. These are called, it just gets too complicated, so these are called the lagoon points. And in some exercises in Qigong, we'll imagine when we breathe in, bringing Qi through lagoon points into our dantian, and then when we breathe out, it's coming back out. So let's go through that first movement again. Heels together, feet out at a 45-degree angle. Sink and just relax. Push your stomach out when you breathe in. Shift my weight to my left foot. Turn my right toe out. Come up. Up. Down. And sink. I'm going to turn my torso left side. The lagoon points are facing each other. And here my weight's on my left foot. I'm going to rotate my hands around that imaginary ball, pivot on the heel of my right foot. So my toe is facing to my right, shift my weight to my right foot. Now I'm looking forward. Step, ward off left. And the next movement in the form, it's called grasping sparrow's tail. Let's repeat it a lot. Shift my weight to my right foot, pivot on the heel of my left foot, turn my left foot in, shift my weight back to my left foot, metaphorically pick up my right leg with my right hand. This is called ward off. Back. Press, and this can be actually a pretty powerful strike. And then push. This is called single whip. The next move. And all of the movements in Tai Chi have a martial application, and people can frequently practicing the movements on an imaginary partner. Like here, this can be a strike, you come back, it comes into rollback. So I'm grabbing somebody by the wrist, I'm getting out of the way, and I'm rolling them, and I'm bringing them into me. I'm rolling this hand and bringing them into me. So I've uprooted them, and then I'm going to push them down. And this is just a push. Going to the next move. This is called raise hands. And here I've got somebody's wrist and somebody's elbow right here. There's a lot of joint locks. They're called chi-nas in Tai Chi. Now I'll move over here so I can face you. This is called white crane spreads wings. And this is a block. This is a block. And here I'm coming down center line. And this is a palm strike. I rock forward. This is called play pipa. It's also a joint lock. So here, and I turn so I can face you. Here in the form, this is called shoulder bump. You can actually use your body, parts of your body, your shoulder, and your hips. Tai Chi Chuan is Tai Chi Chuan is more of a close-in kind of martial art. So here I'm bumping somebody, I'm using my body weight. Now this is more of a defensive stance. And here when I block, I'm not just moving my arm, and this is very important, but I'm turning at the waist. I'm keeping this structure here, I'm keeping this relationship between my body and the arm, because it'll be a better block that way, it'll be a more powerful block. If I just go like this, I'm just using the muscles in my arm and my shoulder, but if I go like this, using the muscles in my waist and more of my body. So here, strike, rock forward, play pipa. And this is also a joint lock. You put your hand on somebody's elbow, you put your hand on their wrist here, and you lever them up.